Today, we're gonna break down the biggest career mistakes that everyone makes and how to avoid them. Special thank you to Passage, who kindly sponsored a segment of this video. More on them in just a bit. Let's go. A lot of people think, I have my degree, I'm all set. Not quite. In Canada, your degree is important, but it's not enough. Employers prefer experience and skills over your diploma. That is why your education is typically the last section in your resume. Unless you're a student with no experience, of course. In the current job market, employers are looking for practical skills, real-world experience, and evidence of how well you can adapt to their work environment, aka culture fit, and soft skills. Here's the tip for you. The key is to get experience. That's your main goal. But Anna, every job posting wants 5 years of experience, now even for junior roles. Well, we did a whole separate video about how to gain experience without any experience, and you can watch it here. Internships, volunteering or freelancing and taking on personal projects can help you gain that real-world experience and apply what you've learned in school. That's how you gain experience and show the employer you can apply your skills in a real-world setting. You don't just settle when you have a diploma. Another mistake many make, especially students, is choosing the wrong education path. How do you decide what to study? Here's the thing. A lot of people pick programs just based on their passions or what's easy or what potentially sounds impressive. You follow your passion and then end up disappointed. You struggle finding a job, or perhaps you easily find one only to realize that it's not the right career path for you because they don't pay enough, or the working conditions are bad, or you've lost interest in that thing. It is important to choose education and future career based on what the job market needs. This is especially critical for newcomers and international students if you want to establish a stable and rewarding career in Canada and stay in Canada. So here's how you can make sure that you make the right education decision. Before choosing your program, research which fields are in high demand in Canada, especially in the province where you plan to settle. There are some evergreen needs like healthcare, skilled trades, and technology, but some provinces have even more specific shortages, like BC, for instance, needs more firefighters, while some prairie provinces need more agricultural workforce. Also, keep an eye on trends in Canada. Consult recent labor market reports and connect with people already working in Canada in that specific industry you're interested in. JobBank has a fantastic jobs outlook tracker for the next decade, which will give you a good idea of which professions will be in demand in which province. And remember, this isn't just about getting any job. It's about making sure that your education investment leads to a stable, well-paying career and ideally pathways to permanent residency if you're a student. Choosing the right program at the right institution is one of the most important steps you can take for a successful career. Passage, who kindly sponsored this segment of the video, can help guide you through this journey. What stands out about Passage for me is that it was created by international students for international students, people who genuinely understand the unique challenges of studying and working in Canada. Passage's mission goes beyond enabling talented individuals to study in Canada. They focus on aligning students' education with Canada's most in-demand careers, creating pathways to permanent residency for those who want to build a future here in Canada. They connect students with curated programs in the best education institutions in Canada and provide funding support. Passage is here to support you, regardless of where you come from or your financial background. Their goal is to help you build a meaningful career and contribute to Canada's future workforce. So if you're looking to study in and build the future of Canada, visit Passage's website to explore dozens of programs available for 2025 and beyond, and check if you qualify for funding. Head over to passage.com/make that change and start planning your future in Canada now. How are you looking for a job in Canada? Most of us just go on LinkedIn, Indeed, or other job posting platforms and just mass apply to any position that's open in our profession. But here's something you might not realize. Most jobs in Canada are filled way before they end up on LinkedIn or general job board. 80% of Canadian job market is hidden. They're filled through personal, trusted networks. If you're sitting back and waiting for job postings to come up, you're really missing out on a ton of opportunities. And the only only way to solve for that is network, network, network. Networking doesn't have to be awkward or unbearable. You can start by building relationships one by one. Talk to people in your field, attend industry events or meetups, job fairs or conferences, or perhaps just join your local club, whether you're into board games or soccer or playing poker. If you're a secret introvert like myself and you feel shy, you can start online. Make connections with people working in your industry on LinkedIn. Join professional groups and communities. These days, there's literally a club, a community, or a meetup dedicated to any profession out there. And it isn't just about getting a job. It's also about becoming part of the community. It's about growing together and supporting each other. And if you're a student, reach out to your peers, to your classmates, and to your faculty for connections. Lean into your strengths. Provide value and share your journey. If you're feeling more spicy and extroverted, you can just meet with people for coffee chat. It could be in person or online. A short 20-minute meet and greet can be eye-opening and doors opening for both parties. If you don't network, nobody knows you. They don't know who you are or how great you are at what you do. Make yourself known. When it's time to apply for a job, knowing someone can come a long way. They can give you a recommendation or reference, or maybe they can just share insights about future job postings with you. We made a whole video about the art of networking here, so you can check it out here. You will find the link in the description box below as well.
Cultural fit matters a lot in Canada. Teamwork, collaboration, and good communication are everything, and often can matter a lot more than your hard skills. If you're coming from a country where the workplace culture is more independent, rigid, or hierarchical, you'd have to make an extra effort to understand and adjust to this workplace culture. It's not easy, but simply being open and curious will not get unnoticed by the employer. When Canadians hire, they primarily look for someone who can fit in their existing team culture, who will work well with others and uplift the rest of the team. If the cultural difference is too different, this impacts the speed of the whole team and overall morale. That's something Canadian employers are not ready to risk, so they will always choose a candidate who demonstrates a good culture fit. What is a culture fit? It's how teams work and interact with each other. Pay attention at how Canadians communicate and collaborate, either through movies, TV shows, or simply by observing the public spaces around you. Observation and self-awareness are both powerful tools to help you adapt and excel here. Asking for feedback from your managers and peers can be uncomfortable, but it's one of the best ways to quickly learn and, most importantly, build trust with your team. At the end of the day, people want to be around people they get along with and understand easily. If you're studying in Canadian university or college, you're one step ahead. That's the best way to do both, actually: understand the Canadian work culture and network. The Canadian educational system is designed around team projects and collaboration, so don't skip classes and get active in your group projects. Your project mate might go on to become your future referrer or maybe even employer. Building a good relationship with professors and faculty members is a powerful way to improve your odds of building a successful career.
Okay, so this next one, you've heard this before. If you're sending the same resume to every job posting you find, stop it. Just please stop. It's not working, especially in the current job market. Canadian hiring managers are flooded with applications these days, so the only way to get them to notice you is to find a way to stand out. Employers want to see that we've put effort into our applications, that we have the exact skills that they're looking for. It's not just about the experience, it's also about the skills and the experience that fits the company specifically. It fits their teams and it fits their projects. You'll be surprised, but 80% of applications most recruiters receive don't even meet basic requirements of the job. That's the reason the ATS systems exist, to filter through the noise and to shortlist the candidates who stand out as the best fit for the role. The best way to show that you're best fit for the role is to do your research on the company, on the projects that they do and the people who work there, and tailor the resume according to the job description and the company. If you choose not to tailor your resume, you lose the race for the job before it even started, because your resume will not even be seen by a human in many cases. Look, I get it. Looking for a job is time-consuming. It turns into a full-time job for many, so we have to be patient. Take it step by step. If you're looking for a job now and struggling, narrow down your job search to the role that fits your skills the best. Don't spray and paint for every single job that looks like it might work. Go through the job description carefully and highlight the key requirements. Pay attention at the language used. Take note on phrases, terms, and sentences in that job description. You might steal them for your own resume if you struggle coming up with bullet points. Then make sure to tweak your resume to show how you meet at least 80% of the job requirements. Make sure to highlight your achievements to demonstrate that you're not just another candidate who can do the same exact thing that every other candidate supposedly can. Show them that you've been successful in the similar roles before. Use the same keywords that they're using in the job description, and always match your job title with the one in the posting. Your resume should feel like your skill set and experience are ideal for the job. Now, that doesn't mean that you should copy-paste the job requirements, or that you should lie or make things up on your resume. Recruiters will often tell a lie from the truth, and if not, all of that will be exposed during the job interview or any technical tests that they put candidates through during the hiring process. Lying will only damage your reputation. If there's one thing that you take away from this tip is make sure to focus on roles that you're best fit for and build your resume with intention.
Let's talk about the hardest skills to acquire. Soft skills. In Canada, technical skills might miraculously get you in the door, but soft skills are what will keep you there and help you advance in your career. Skills like communication, problem solving, collaboration, conflict resolution, and being a team player matter more than anything here. When you network, these skills will help you increase your odds of success as well. Networking is a great way to practice these skills too. For many newcomers, English is a big barrier in career growth too. This is where we implore you to learn and practice the language as much as you can. That's the most basic foundational skill that will define your career success. First, learn English. Perfect English. If you're a newcomer, make Anglophone friends. Limit the time you spend talking in your own language when in Canada. Next, when applying for jobs, don't just list your soft skills in your resume. Demonstrate them. When you network or present yourself, give real examples of times you worked in a team, solved a problem, or communicated effectively. Don't call yourself a team player or a good communicator. Describe situations where you demonstrated this skill and let the other person decide whether you're a good team player or not. Here's a framework to help you nail this down. Use STAR formula: situation, task, action, and result. Here's an example of conflict resolution using this formula. Situation. That's where you describe the problem or the situation in which you had found yourself in. In my previous role, I managed a project where the marketing and development teams had conflicting priorities. Marketing needed extra time to finalize presentation materials, while the development team had tight deadlines to meet. Task. That's where you talk about what your biggest goal was based on the situation at hand. This is a good way to demonstrate your judgment. As a project manager, my task was to help both teams align without compromising the schedules while meeting business needs. Action. Here you talk about what you've done to resolve the situation. I arranged daily meetings where each team could share their progress and blockers. Then I facilitated a brainstorming session where we explored ways to meet business needs without impacting the launch schedule. We eventually decided on an iterative approach where the development team would complete the core features by the original deadline, while allowing marketing a bit more time to polish the presentation materials. And finally, the result. This speaks to how effective you were in resolving the situation. We launched on time with both teams feeling heard and valued. This compromise improved our collaboration and was adopted in future projects to avoid similar conflicts. Isn't it great?
This next mistake is unconventional and many people don't even think it's a mistake. But a lot of us only look for permanent full-time jobs. These are the safest, most traditional career paths. But here's the thing, they're actually not that safe, and they limit your career opportunities. Contract and temporary roles can accelerate your career 5x. In fact, many permanent roles start off as a short-term, low-commitment contracts. They're meant as a litmus test to see if there's a good match between you and the employer. Since contract work is a lower commitment and often a cheaper option for the employer, it can be a good way to get your foot in the door faster. A huge advantage of contract work is that you get to work on larger selection of projects and you get to meet more people, which in turn increases the size of your network. I'm a person who would change jobs frequently in the past. That helped me triple my income in just 5 years. It also helped me build a wide network of connections from different industries. Now I can work for myself. And the reputation and connections that I've built over the years help me participate in exciting, diverse, and stimulating projects without feeling stuck in one job forever. So please consider contract and freelance opportunities. Sometimes employers don't even think think about it as an option, so don't hesitate to suggest it if you feel that there is some hesitance in hiring you full-time. Or perhaps the employer does not have the budget to hire you full-time in the first place. Contract work is a great way to build experience, and in many cases, contract roles lead to permanent positions. You want to get in, prove yourself, and then let the opportunities open up from there. There are many websites like Freelancer, Upwork, or Fiverr where you can start freelancing. And if you're feeling extra brave, you can go on LinkedIn and reach out to your network, offering your help. Eventually, your reputation precedes you. You won't need to be looking for jobs. They will come to you.
Imagine spending hours on sending applications and tailoring your resume only to flunk your interview because you didn't answer a question well enough. Don't overestimate your interview performance skills. Always prepare. Interviews in Canada include 4 types of questions: general, technical, behavioral, and situational. This isn't about memorizing answers. It's about understanding why the interviewer is asking the question and having a framework in mind to make it less stressful and easier for you to tell the story. Practice, practice, and practice. At least once. The more you practice, the better. Go through mock interview questions when preparing for your job interview. Do your best to predict what questions can be asked. Go beyond the traditional "tell us about yourself" question. You will need to do your research on the company, its past, its future projects, recent news about the company, and who are the people interviewing you, what their positions are, and their career paths. This will help you to ask more thoughtful questions and craft more tailored answers. Is the company going through merger? Why are they hiring new people? Who is going to be your manager? What projects and ambitions this company has? What are the people interviewing you passionate about? Now is the perfect time to check interviewers and companies' LinkedIn profiles. Do not overlook behavioral types of questions. Since we have already explained how important soft skills and culture fit are, you now understand that behavioral types of questions are extremely important. That's how they assess your culture fit. Behavioral questions focus on understanding how you have handled certain situations in the past, or what would you do in a hypothetical situation in the future. Use the STAR method we've already mentioned: situation, task, action, and results. It's a simple structure that will help you organize your thoughts and give clear, compelling answers to questions. Don't make things up. Recruiters can always tell when you do. Lastly, prepare your own questions and proactively ask them. Don't wait until the end of the interview. This way, the interview won't feel like an interrogation, but rather like a dialogue where you demonstrate genuine curiosity about the company. That's also a great way to take control of the interview flow and show your culture fit. At the end of the day, you are choosing the right company, just like they are choosing the right employee. If you want to practice your interview skills, make sure to subscribe to our weekly career newsletter called Career Deck. We're launching an interview practice club, so by subscribing, you will be the first to know when it's launched. Check out the links below.
In today's job market, if you're not learning new skills or keeping up with trends in your industry, you're falling behind. If you see that more and more employers include requirements in job descriptions for your role that are unfamiliar to you, it's time to learn new skills. Being proactive and learning new technologies and methods won't just show the employer that you're proactive and passionate about your field. It might help you establish yourself as a trailblazer and innovator in your field. Invest in yourself. Take online courses, get certifications, and keep your skills sharp. Show that you're not just here to work, but to help the company grow and do better, bigger things. Ontario, for example, offers multiple free upskilling courses. There are countless free online educational courses. In just our last week's newsletter, we've shared some free University of Toronto courses that you could take. Learning new skills have never been easier. Many of online courses now issue recognized certificates, and most education opportunities also offer new networking opportunities. Don't forget about that.
Finally, you've done all the steps. You networked, you gained missing skills, you tailored your resume, you went through a job interview, which went well because you came prepared. You can now sit and relax. They said they will call you back, right? No. After the interview, don't forget to follow up via email. You got their contact information during the interview, right? And if they reply with, "We have decided to move on with a more suitable candidate," don't be afraid to ask for feedback. Feedback can give you insights into what you can improve for your next interview. Yes, some may not provide feedback, but some definitely will. And at this point, any amount of feedback is better than none. Reach out politely after the interview and thank the person for the meeting, especially if they are comparing you to other candidates. Do you feel you could have answered some questions better? This is the perfect opportunity to expand a little bit on what you have or haven't said. Or maybe you feel like you nailed the interview and you managed to build connection. Expand a little bit on the topics you discussed that resonated the most with you. Thank them for their time and express your continued interest. It is important to be on top of their mind when they're shortlisting candidates, and a follow-up note is a perfect way to remind them about you. If they reject your candidacy, ask if they have any feedback for you. You might be surprised how much it can help you adjust your approach, and offer to stay in touch for future opportunities. Never burn bridges.
As you've noticed, every mistake that we've talked about is not about being perfect. It's about being prepared and adaptable, so that you look perfect to the specific employer for that specific role.
Remember, success here comes down to strategy. Take the time to build your skills, adapt to the culture, and network like it's your job. Because it kind of is.
We're all human, and we make decisions based on personal biases and personal perceptions. It all starts with a smile. Don't forget to smile and be personable. It's sometimes as simple as that. We are all human, and we also want to hire humans just like all of us.
Which of these mistakes are you struggling the most with?
And more importantly, how are you going to fix it?
Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video useful, hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who might need it. Let's help each other succeed in this Canadian job market.
See you in the next one. Take care.